Hey guys, it's Danny here. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you a killer strategy that can get you leads, get you booked calls, can even get you sales using video for just £7 per day. Next week, I'm going to share with you a different strategy, similar but slightly structured slightly differently for £5 a day. But you want to watch this today. Now, if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, and you want to get your diary filled with calls, you want to get you want to build an audience so that you have got people to market to. If you want to get sales of low ticket products, this strategy will work for you. Okay. Now, I'm a massive fan of using video. I go live once a week here on my business page, in the Automation Lounge, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. And the reason I do that is because video is a fantastic way to connect with your audience. I just believe that you can see the whites of people's eyes, you can hear the sound of their voice, you can see the way that they move, you can get a sense of their passion. And I think that's a great way to convey yourself to your audience. And look, some people are going to like it, some people ain't going to like it, but that's the way of the world, right? Video is very, very powerful. Now, the strategy I'm going to share with you today, we use with our clients, or some of our clients, not all of our clients use this, because all clients have different kinds of strategies and approaches that they want to take. But we use it with our clients to create qualified leads. In fact, we were working with a maths tutor, and he was getting on average, around 50 to 60 booked calls per month in his calendar for people that were interested in his online tuition programs. And he asked us to kind of say, well, he said, look, can you just reduce the budget down a bit? I can't cope with the amount of leads that I'm getting. So when this strategy is kind of really dialed in and it's really, really simple, then it's very, very powerful, very, very effective, and it doesn't cost a fortune. You don't have to have long, sophisticated funnels set up to succeed in online marketing. That, sometimes that is required, right? But there are some really, really powerful low ticket strategies, low investment strategies, and one of those I'm going to be sharing with you today. So this is my £7 per day strategy, and I'm going to share my iPad screen in a second, and I'm going to do my best to sketch this out in a way that's legible, but it's very, very straightforward. But I think it kind of helps if I can sort of visualize it using my incredible artistic skills. I don't have incredible artistic skills at all, but you should be able to follow along. So let me just come back to StreamYard. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Alex's video. Now you're talking my language. Yeah, I love video. Video is great. I've explained why. Right, so what I'm going to do is click on the share button and share. Where are you? Here we go. Right, so let me just check. Yeah, you can see that and you can see me. Cool. All right, so how does this work? Let me just move a couple of things around here. I've not got a huge desk to work at today. So how does this work? We're going to start with a video ad, okay? And this video ad is going to be pure value. What I mean by that is there's going to be no call to action. You're not going to ask people to do anything. You're just going to demonstrate your expertise, your authority, your knowledge, your positioning, your credibility by sharing some really valuable information with your audience. This live that I'm doing now, if I was to condense it down slightly, would be a great example of that. Right? I'm going to show you how to do something where you can get your Facebook ads running for pretty much not next to nothing. There's a small investment, but we're talking about £7 a day, right? That's valuable. And I'm not going to ask you to do anything at the end of it. In fact, I will ask you to. What I'm going to ask you to do at the end is if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them, right? So this is going to be very valuable information. So that's a good idea of, if in my world, that's the kind of topic that I might want to talk about. There's lots of topics I could talk about, right? So it's pure value, no CTA, no call to action, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to run this video ad and we're going to choose the video views objective. Okay, so when you set up your Facebook ads, you have to tell Facebook what your goal for that ad is. Now, what happens is that a lot of people, when they're trying to get leads and they're trying to get sales, they use the conversions objective because they want people to convert. And now this isn't a training about that. There are other trainings. If you check out my Facebook page, if you check out my YouTube channel, I talk about all of the different ad objectives that are available and where you should and shouldn't use them. But here, what we want people to do is to watch this video, right? We want people who are interested in the subject matter to watch this video and watch as much of it as possible. That's what the video view objective is going to give you. So that's why we choose the video views objective. Now, if you were going to run this as an ad, as I said, I might condense this down. This will probably be about a 15-minute live, right? But I might condense this down to maybe 1 to 5 minutes in length, right? Because you're going to run this to cold audiences, right? You're going to run this to people that don't know you because you want to get your brand out there. You want to get your face in front of new people. And again, this isn't going to be a lesson on how to structure videos and, kind of like a script. That's not what this is about. This is about a Facebook ad strategy. But you want to capture their attention with that video and hook them in and then get them to watch as much as possible, right? And what we're going to do is on this video, we're going to spend £5 per day, right? So £5, I just want to make sure that this is drawing up okay. Yeah, it looks like it is. Cool. So £5 a day, that's what, £150 a month. And if you're watching this in the States or somewhere else, this is not big bucks. You could do this if you're in the US, just translate pounds into dollars, right? It's not, I'm not going to go too deeply into that. So this video is going to be maybe 5 minutes, between 1 and 5 minutes long. The longer it is, I guess, is kind of, you don't want to make it too long because people just won't stick around. It's very hard to capture a stranger's attention unless you've got, your timing is perfect and they've got a big pain point and you've got a big solution and they just happen to come across it and they're like, wow, I'm watching this, right? So if you have a 1 minute video, then you will get more views. But if you've got maybe like a 3, 4, 5 minute video, the more people that watch more of that video, that's a higher level of intent, right? And that's always a very, very good sign. But what we're going to do is we're going to create an audience of people that have watched 25% or more of that video. Okay, we're going to create an audience of people who've watched 25% or more of that video. 25% to me is enough of a statement or a declaration of intent that says they're interested in the subject matter. Okay, but remember, there's no call to action here. We're not asking them to do anything right now. So you're going to let this ad run. You're going to be spending £5 a day and you'll let it run. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create, change my color, a second video ad. Now, when I say a video ad, there's something important to consider here. If you've got a piece of organic content that's doing really well, like if you've already created a video that's getting lots of engagement, people are going, oh, this is incredible information, that's fantastic. Just repurpose that into an ad. Okay, you don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to create something new. If you've got a piece of high value content that's working really, really well, just turn it into an ad. Okay, but what we're going to do, so we're going to create this second video ad down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to retarget this audience. So let me just get back to my pen. So we're going to retarget. All that means is we're going to select this audience that we created, and we're now going to show them this second ad. And this second ad, again, it might be 1 to 5 minutes long. And here, what you're going to do is you're going to give them more value, and I'd make it related to the previous, obviously if you're an expert like me in Facebook ads, then the second video is going to kind of follow on. It's going to be, going to have a logical progression from the previous one. Alex, did you check the Bookham little drop that I did there? But this is going to be value plus a call to action. Okay, and the call to action can be anything that you want it to be, right? So what's the journey we've taken people on here? They've seen a piece of content. Excuse me. Some people are going to watch a couple of seconds ago. It's not for me, but lots of people, hopefully, if you've got your audience targeting right, will watch 25% or more. And then they're going to see a second video from you, which is going to give them more value. It kind of flows through, it follows on, and then you're going to ask them to do something. And that call to action could be, if you're a coach who wants to sell lots of your one-on-one coaching services, then you will probably want people to book a call with you. So I would, as the call to action here, I would say, hey, if you're vibing with this information, if you want to connect with me and see how I can help you, then go to this page, give them a link, and make sure you've got the link in the ad copy as well that goes along with this video. And then on that link, they can have access to your calendar. Now, I would definitely recommend, and I'm sure that ignore that. What I would definitely recommend is that you have a kind of like application form. So I use Acuity Scheduling, which is a piece of software that links with my calendar and people can book calls with me. And if they want to book a call, for example, to talk about working with my agency to run Facebook ads for them, then I'll ask them some questions about, how big's your email list? Give me links to your offers. I want to see your funnels. And I'll also ask them, hey, look, this is what it costs to work with our agency. Please confirm that's within your budget, because I don't want to get on calls with people that aren't qualified, right? So that form is really, really important. So that could be one call to action. The second call to action could be, if you've got like a load, you might have like a £27 product, right? So you might have talked about a pain point here, but given value. Then you might have followed on here with more value around how you can solve that pain point. So just giving them little nuggets. And then at the end, you might say, hey, look, if this is something that you're finding a challenge, why not check out my £17, £27, whatever offer. And then you would have a link going to a sales page there. So you can get booked calls. You can use this to generate leads. This strategy works. And it doesn't just work in the coaching, consulting, course creator niche, which is where I specialize. If you're like a local business, this can work. This strategy works across multiple different niches. And then down here, so yeah, we did it up there. Let's go back to the pen. Down here, we're just going to be spending £2 a day. Okay, and here you could use the reach objective. Now, why would you use the reach objective? You could use reach, or you could use the video view objective. But what I'm a big fan, when you start building audiences like this, you might be targeting an audience up here with your original video ad that might be, I'd recommend it's at least 1 million in size. It's very easy to find audiences that big on Facebook. But your audience of people that are 25% down here will be significantly smaller, okay? Because you're not, not everybody that you target in an audience is going to be, massively interested in the content that you're sharing. That's not the way that it works. So the reach objective is designed to show your ads to as many people as possible. And it works really, really well for smaller audiences. Like for retargeting audiences, I often use the reach objective. Video views may work just as well. And you might want to think about testing both. Okay, we do test both and tend to get kind of similar results. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I wanted to share on this. So all in all, this is going to cost just £7 per day or £210 per month. That is a low cost way to start moving into the world of Facebook ads. Now, if you've got a slightly bigger budget, if you've got a bit more money, let's say you've got maybe £500 a month to spend, then you might want to test maybe having one video ad and then another video ad up here, and then maybe a third video ad up here, and spending £5 a day. Okay, so maybe having two to start with. £5 a day, so have 2 videos at what we call the top of the funnel, which is up here. 2 videos there, and then what you're going to be looking at with the data that Facebook provides you is which one is getting the most 25% views. Okay, now you can build an audience of the 25% views and aggregate both together. So you don't have to just do one or the other. If you've got 2 videos running, you can pull, look at the view data and pull 25% or more down into one audience. But what you can do is you can look at both of those ads that are running in isolation from each other and say which one's getting the most engagement, which one's getting the most views, and then you could turn the other one off. And then you might want to fold in another video, and you could keep kind of cycling through testing like that. What you could also do is you could, if you had a killer video that was nailing it up here, what you could do if you had a bit more budget, because remember, you're only spending £2 a day at the bottom, is you can have a couple of different videos here that were retargeting this audience. And you can maybe split test these and see which call to action is getting me the most results. Which video, you could have the same call to action in 2 different videos, but just have a kind of slightly different approach to the second video in each of those second videos. So this one down here, and see which one converts the best. Okay, so that is it. This is, you know, I'm not going to claim this to be my strategy. I see that lots of people are using this, but it's a really, really good way to start running ads using video. The great thing about video as well is that getting video views is not expensive. It's not expensive. You know, we had a client that we were running a video view campaign at the top of the funnel with very recently, who was getting, let me just remember the stats. I think it was 100% video views. So people were watching it right to the end. So we understood the audience very, very well. And people were watching the whole video for about, and she's in Australia. So it was Australian dollars. It was about $1.20, which I think is much less than £1 per video view. Now, if someone watches the whole of your video, they're definitely interested in what you've got to say, right? That's a very, very big declaration of intent, declaration of commitment to your messaging and an interest in your brand. So it's not expensive to do this. So you can build this audience as long as your targeting's done well at the top of the funnel with the first video ad here. You can build that 25% video view audience very, very quickly. All right, I'm going to leave it there for now. Next week, I'm going to show you a slightly different variation on this strategy that can also work incredibly well. And if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm going to be going back around to all of the platforms I'm sharing this video on live, and I'll be answering those questions, sorry. And I will see you. I'll be back next Wednesday at 11. And until then, have an awesome rest of the day and a great weekend. I'll see you later. Cheers.